As early 21st century Wilkes-Barre attempts to rebuild itself, just a few blocks from the closed stores of Main Street may be the secret to its future. As Wilkes-Barre plans for the future, it can build upon its glorious past. Throughout downtown, there are many structures, wonderful examples of Victorian architecture that can be rebuilt and reused to serve the needs of new generations. The human scale of Victorian Wilkes-Barre may once again encourage people to work, eat, shop, and live downtown.
It's very, very important that we build upon that heritage. We look at the architectural heritage of downtown as one of our strongest assets to be marketed and built upon. If for no other reason than that because of those historic buildings, downtown has the opportunity to provide living and working spaces for people who enjoy living and working in, say, a historic townhouse or in a old loft-style apartment in a warehouse, converted warehouse. Those opportunities are not available anywhere else in our market.
All around America, urban planners and property developers are rejecting automobile-centered suburban sprawl and are seeking to create more human-scaled communities, like the Victorian walking city that existed in Wilkes-Barre 100 years ago. Just 100 miles south of Wyoming Valley is a major city that has used the fabric of its illustrious past to rebuild for its future.
If you started at the Delaware River on, let's say, Spruce Street and walked all the way west on Spruce, you would see a vocabulary of American architecture from the 18th century to the 21st century that is really quite remarkable. And the thing that is exciting about Philadelphia is, you know, it never burned down. It evolved pretty much by moving rather than tearing down. New York, Manhattan, confined as it is, you look very hard to find an 18th or 19th century residence in Manhattan today. There are a few, but so Philadelphia, instead of tearing down everything, just kept moving.
We may find the key to Wilkes-Barre's rebirth on the streets of Center City, Philadelphia.
Most people don't know, in the case of Society Hill, for instance, that when the first group of restorations were done, they were mostly facade restorations in the 1960s. And if you look beside the door, there are 4 or 5 buttons. They were made into little apartments. And now what we're seeing is, especially in 19106, it's this, if you will, a second wave of gentrification is coming through. And houses that were converted into 3 or 4 apartments in the 1960s and 70s for $60,000 or $70,000 now are $1 million properties.
Wilkes-Barre boomed as one of the great anthracite cities of Pennsylvania. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, black diamonds made a few people very rich, provided employment for many others, and drew people to the anthracite region from other mining regions throughout the United States and Europe. Anthracite production peaked in 1917, and since then, Wilkes-Barre has yet to see such a successful economic boom. As Wilkes-Barre struggled with the decline of the anthracite industry, other national trends also caused problems for downtown. Once the rapidly growing center of a thriving region, downtown Wilkes-Barre began its decline during the Great Depression and continued when there was movement to the suburbs after World War II.